What's up, everybody? Happy Friday and happy last day of our daily creative challenge. Man, we've made it 2 weeks. I'm impressed. I'm impressed by you and by you and by you who's just coming in late, but that's okay. We don't have any tardiness in this class. All we want you to do is do some cool creative stuff. If you're in the chat, please give me a shout out. I would love to say hello. And also goodbye, I guess, since this is the last stream for this challenge. Steve, always tuning in from New Zealand. I really appreciate it. I know it's like not a normal time to be awake, perhaps, in New Zealand. Let me know. Good to see you, Valder. Hello, Valentine, Chad, Marilyn, all my good OG friends. The last spin of the DCC. Yes, Sam, I know. Joshua, totally. Got to do the spin. We just got to do it. I need a spin emoji. I guess we use the little cyclone emoji. That's pretty good. Colleen, hello and goodbye. Sean says you'll be back soon. That's true. So this is the last day of the challenge for me. And I believe next week on Monday, Voodoo Val is going to be hosting the next challenge. So if you didn't know, we have these challenges every day of the work week, Monday through Friday. So we have different hosts come in every 2 weeks. Voodoo Val is going to be coming up next. Then we're going to have another one. And then I'm going to be back in April. Yes, like middle of April-ish timeline. After Creative South, which is going to be fun to go to. Oh, you're already Saturday. Oh yeah, it's 6 a.m. on Saturday for Steve. That is wild. Gerard says, do another spin. Gerard, you're just going to have to watch the replay, man. Kelly says, your hair was so crazy yesterday. That's the second comment I've heard about my hair. I don't think it was any crazier than usual. I feel like my hair is just kind of crazy in general, but thanks for the feedback. Okay, so if you do want to check out more about this daily creative challenge, you can go to behance.net/challenge/Photoshop, and you can learn more about the current challenge that's going on. So every day a new challenge is released. It is unlocked. So today's challenge is going to be retouching. We're going to make a symmetrical landscape using some retouching tools and some transforming tools. And I have an idea. I think this workflow is going to be pretty short. We're not going to go too in-depth, and we could do multiple retouchings, but what if we just do one, and then we go onto Discord and give some feedback for some previous challenges? Does that sound good? Jessie says, I think she just had a bun yesterday. I had a little like top knot, half up, half down. Hair looked like it always looks. Maybe I just had some big hair energy yesterday. Who knows? Somebody needs to Photoshop me with some different hair. Chad says, I missed that. I'm going to have to go watch the replay. You don't have to. Pamela says, I loved your hair yesterday. Girly hair. Oh, girly. Cool. Eric says, what's up, Kathleen? Hello, Eric. Good to see you. Okay, so what do you guys think? Should we do one retouching and then jump onto Discord and do some feedback? Also, I need to show you how I'm going to finish uploading all my work to my Behance. Half knot. Yeah, there you go, Abraham. So we're going to do Behance and then go into Discord for the last like 5 minutes of the stream and give feedback. So it's 9:03 right now. If you post your work in the Get Feedback channel on Discord, let me open it up. You go to feedback, current challenge. If you post your work here from now until like 9:20-ish, so about 15 minutes, for the last 5 minutes, I'll give some feedback. And we'll do as much as we can. It'll be great. Kathleen's always rocking the latest hairstyles. Oh yeah, I'm really a la mode for sure. So get that work onto Discord. And if you want to join us on Discord, the link is bit.ly/psdiscord. You can join on your desktop, on the web, on your phone. It's free. It's 24/7. Some people were chatting with me last night while I was working on today's challenge at like 10 p.m., kind of tightening things up. So you know I'm there. You know I'm around. Alrighty, let's jump into it. So in Photoshop, I provided some starter files for you guys, the watermarked stock images, and this is one of them. And I'm going to show you what kind of look we're going to go for. Let me open her up. I worked on a couple different ones. Let's see. There we go. It was this one. So we're going to make a symmetrical photograph by just transforming and copying a new version on, but then we're gonna make the two sides slightly different so it's not totally symmetrical, like get rid of some rocks on one side, and we're also gonna fill in some of these middle areas so it doesn't look like there's just a straight line going down the middle. We're gonna do the patch tool, content aware move, that kind of stuff. Can you register the photos from within Photoshop from the stock images in the starter file? You can, Kevin, if it's in an Adobe or a Creative Cloud library. So if you were to go to stock.adobe.com and find the image you want and add it to a library, and then within Photoshop, open the libraries panel, you could register it from there, license it from there. Jesse says, don't ever put a clip or a bow in your hair. They will not be able to handle it. We like the same high ponytail every single day. We gotta keep something normal around here. All right, so let's first start by making a symmetrical copy or a mirrored copy of this photograph. I'm going to first change this background layer, you can check it out over here, to be just a normal layer, a non-locked layer. Whenever you open an image in Photoshop, it'll open as a background image and it'll be locked. So let's unlock that. You can do that just by double-clicking on it. Click OK. There you go. Now it's unlocked. And now let's add a little bit of room to our canvas on the left so that we can add our mirror. Really easy way to change the shape or dimensions of your canvas is to use the crop tool. So I'm over here on the left side in my toolbar. I'm clicking the crop tool. If you don't see the crop tool, it might be hiding beneath the perspective crop tool or the slice tool. So you can always do Shift-C to cycle through all those tools. There we go. I'm just gonna grab one of these handles, stretch her out. Boom. You can always hit Enter or this check mark to confirm your crop. And there we go. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna just duplicate this layer. I think that'll be easier. Duplicate by dragging down to the new layer. Okay, cool. Let's crop from there. There we go. So I have two layers. I can grab this top one, move it on over. You can always hold Shift to constrain your movement. So I'm holding down Shift, but it'll move straight in a horizontal line or straight up and down vertically. Holding Shift, using my smart guides to help me line it up well. That looks good. Commit those changes, and then we can even crop in from there to get rid of this extra line of transparent pixels. Kutan, hello. Carl, good to see you. Alex says, Kathleen the legend. What's up, Alex Lazarus? We've got your tequila bottles over on the shelf over here. Chat, if you don't know Alex, he's an awesome, what would you say, brand director, creative director, graphic designer. Just straight up cool dude. He's been on Adobe Live a couple times. He was just on like a couple weeks ago, right? Cool dude, cool dude. Go follow him. Check out his projects because they're a great example of how to lay out a Behance project. Looks good. Kutan says, what can I learn from Adobe Live? Kutan, you can learn how to mirror an image. I'll show you right now. So with this layer selected, I'm gonna go to Image. Whoops. Oh, sorry, Edit, Transform, Flip, Horizontal. So we're flipping on the horizontal, or I guess on the vertical axis, so it's flipping like this instead of like this. And there we go, we have a mirrored image. We could stop here, but we want to mesh together these two images just a little bit more. And from here, I could even crop it in further. One cool trick is grabbing one of these edge corners, one of these handles, holding down Alt or Option, and then you can move it in from both sides at once. Nice. This would make a cool background for like a 4K monitor. That'd be sweet. Josephs, do we have to use these images for the challenge? Not at all. I would actually recommend that you don't. It's totally up to you. It'd be best if you could use images that you took yourself. That would be super cool. All right, let's zoom in a little bit into this design. Luckily, since this is all kind of organic and there's a lot of texture in here, there's no harsh line delineating these two, but this area gets a little weird. It's pretty obvious that this is mirrored because we have these plants kind of pointing right towards each other. This area looks like it's kind of inorganic, like there's some sort of manipulation going on here. So let's start there. I'm gonna first group my 2 layers, group them with Command or Control G, duplicate that group, and then merge the group. So now I just have a flattened copy of my mirrored image, but if I need to go back and edit, I still have them both separated in the original group. We'll just turn those off for now. All right, let's just work on the mirror layer. So this is where the actual retouching comes in. Usually for retouching, you might think about like retouching somebody's skin or like flyaway hairs, but you can retouch anything. You can manipulate any photo in Photoshop. That's what it's really good at. So let's work on making this look more natural down here. Oh yeah, Alex, thanks for shouting out the Discord. Please join us there if you want to learn more. We're gonna jump over there in about 5 minutes to give some feedback. So make sure you are uploading your work. Okay, so there are a bunch of retouching tools in Photoshop. A lot of them are in this tool group. Let's see, there we go. So if I long press, I can check out the spot healing brush tool, healing brush tool. Those are for little things like blemishes or getting rid of little rocks that you might not want. So I could select it. My caps lock is on. There you go, my brush was so small. So I could select it and like say click here, and it would get rid of these rocks. This is really fun. I love this process. It's very, it's kind of soothing, kind of feels good. So yeah, that is the spot healing brush. I'll zoom back out. There's the patch tool, which I think is gonna work well for what we need down here in this underbrush there. What about merge layers? Command E, there you go. Or you can right click and do merge layers. So let's try out this patch tool and see how it works. I'm going to grab a section here. And when I grab a section, I'm just using drawing a rough outline. My control bar changes up here at the top, so we can change our patch to content aware or normal. Let's do content aware so it makes a really seamless change for us. And let me move this around. So as I'm moving, it'll show me what the finished product will be. So say I release it, it's thinking. And it does a little bit of artificial intelligence learning, machine learning to decide based on the pixels that are around it, what should the selection look like. I'm gonna undo that. Let's actually grab some of this shrubbery and move it over into where there's more flowers. Maybe even over here a little bit. It's thinking. Cool. There's a couple different ways that we can do content aware fill. We could select this whole thing. And I think we've done this in a previous day in the neon skateboard day. You can come up to edit, content aware fill, and then you can actually select where in the image that you want to fill from. So on the right side is a preview of the finished product. I'll zoom in a little bit. Whoops. So that's on the right side, and then on the left side here is our actual working area. Whoa, Doc, what are you doing? There we go. So with this brush, you can tell Photoshop, I almost said tell Adobe, tell Photoshop what kind of pixels you want to fill your selection with. So we want these flowers in here. Let's see if it does a good job. This is a pretty large image, so it should do a relatively good job, but we shall see. Whoa, way too far in. Cool, it looks a little bit blotchy, so let's play with our settings over here to see if we can get it to change at all. We could do color adaptation. That looks a little bit better. We could change the rotation adaptation. That might look a little strange with this. It's pretty good. And then we can play with these options as well to change the scale or choose if the pixels are going to be mirrored at all. Let's see. So the end result is a little bit almost like blurred out, but it's a good place to start. Cool, we can work with this. Now from here, let's use our handy dandy stamp tool or clone stamp tool. There we go. I'm gonna increase the size of my brush with the bracket keys. I'm gonna set my source by clicking Option or Alt or tapping that, clicking to set my source. And then we can kind of fill in the gaps where it's a little bit too blurry. Make sure your opacity is 100% if you want things to be really crisp and clear. Nice. Now we kind of have a custom little flower bed down here. Actually, it looks a little repetitive with these 3 areas, so let's change that as well. And maybe grab something from over here, fill that in. Cool. A custom bush. There we go. I might actually even get rid of this area. Nice. So it's symmetrical, but right here, there's a little bit of newness that makes your mind think like, wait, is this mirrored? Because this area is not. Let's add a couple more of those little details. Going back to my mirror copy, let's get rid of one of these rocks so that only one side has it. I'm going to zoom in. There's a couple different ways we could get rid of this. We could just use the stamp tool again. But that kind of extends the ocean up a little bit higher than we might want to. So let's try the patch tool. See if that works for us. I'm gonna select the rock and some of the kind of white caps that are around it, since those are only happening because there's a big rock there. So let's get rid of those. Drag it down a bit, and content aware is turned on. So when I release this, it's a little too blurry. Let's turn just normal on. There we go. That did a pretty good job. The edges are a little bit stark, so we can edit those, pull them up a bit. Cool. And as the person doing the retouching, you're definitely going to notice all of these little details that aren't exactly perfect. But to somebody who is just looking at this for the first time, they probably won't notice anything. It's like as the artist, you're always noticing the little details and things that you wish were changed. Cool. We could even try and get rid of this little road. How does that sound? Let's do that. Let's try our cloning tool for that. I'm going to decrease the size of my brush, and I'm going to even increase the hardness just a bit so it's not so soft. We're going to grab some of this greenery. Try that out. There's that little darker area here that we don't want to repeat because it only happens one place. And if it repeats, it'll look fake. All right, turn my hardness back down. Play with this a little bit. It's always nice to do kind of a zoomed out workflow first, and then you can zoom in and kind of get these little details, like this is too light right there. Let's grab that. So who in chat is familiar with retouching photos in Photoshop? That's one of the biggest reasons that people use Photoshop is retouching. Lightroom has some retouching tools, but it's definitely not as robust as Photoshop. It's kind of the whole thing about Photoshop is photoshopping your image, retouching them, manipulating them, compositing them. The artist's critical eye, yes, totally. Alexander says, yes, but in my heart of hearts, I'll know it was retouched. You'll know, you'll always know. It's the artist's curse. We can't escape it. Okay. Cool. So we have rocks on one side, not the other. We got rid of some of these tiny little rocks. We integrated this entire bush area. Looks cool. Now I'm going to crop it, I think, even maybe a little bit more. Just because I feel like this is kind of a weird aspect ratio to upload onto Behance. Cool. Let's get this exported and uploaded. File, export, export as. We've done this many, many times. Alexander says, I used to put my face onto movie trailers for fun as a kid. Done in Corel, though. Oh my gosh, you've been doing this forever, Alexander. That's super cool. You started out young. This image is huge, so let's decrease the size quite a bit. In chat, you do not have to use these images like I mentioned earlier. They are just a jumping off point, but they do have a watermark. So if you can use your own images, that's even better. All right, let's do final. Symmetry. Did I spell that right? 2 M's? We'll have to go for it for now. Oh, Mia, yeah, you could definitely do the clouds. Actually, let's do that super quick. What tool should I use, Mia? Should I use the patch tool? I could even use content aware move. Maybe I'll show that. I mean, that was pretty seamless, right? It's gone. That's amazing. All right, let's check out Behance. Get all of the projects uploaded that I haven't gotten uploaded in the past couple days. Catherine, are you talking about things that you would retouch? Hair in the wrong place, odd-looking electrical outlet, etc. Yes, actually, there's this piece that we worked on a couple of days ago with the photobomb. I loved all of it except this pole in the background. I should have retouched that out. Nancy says my export doesn't work. Shoot. What kind of error are you getting, Nancy? So here's our project. We want to edit it. So up here at the top, you can click Edit Project, and we can upload our work. So we've missed a couple uploads. I've missed a couple uploads. You have not. That's up to you to decide. Mia says, I love the clone stamp. Very nice. Let's start with the playlist cover. That's one that we're missing. Our Strange Bop playlist cover for Spotify. While that's uploading, I can add another image. So we have our inspirational poster. This is one of my favorite ones. I really liked how the lighting turned out. No valid assets. So you're going to File and Export As. On the left side of the text box or the pop-up window, have you selected your image? Make sure there's a check mark next to it. All right, let's do day 8. That was yesterday. This one was fun too. We were using masks and adding fog at different depths to make a moody image. And then finally, we can upload our final project from today. Woo woo, final symmetry. Let's open that. Awesome. So if you want to be able to share your work with other people that are looking for the PS Daily Challenge or the Daily Creative Challenge, make sure in the settings of your project, in discoverability, you have PS Daily Challenge in there. You can just click and type to add any tags that you might want. You can add more, like Photoshop or symmetry or photography, whatever you want. But make sure PS Daily Challenge is in there so that other people can find your work when they search that keyword. Cool, so look at this beautiful challenge we made. I can't wait to see all of your work as you get it uploaded maybe over the weekend. No worries if you're not done yet. There's really no time limit, but it would be great if you could have your work uploaded at the end of the weekend, so at the start of next week, we can look at your work. Alrighty, let's start with CC for some feedback. Any idea why there's a bluish line in the middle where I join the images? This is a drone photo, so I'm not sure if that's the issue. Oh, right here. So there might be some like lens aberration from your actual camera that added kind of a shadow on one side or the other of your image. I guess that would probably be why, but you could definitely use different parts of this sky and use the patch tool or content aware to add that in here. Oh, I see this bluish image. Yeah, it seems like that's actually in your photo. One thing you could also do is take a slice of the center of this image, delete it, and then move the two layers together again. So they'll meet up in a perfect mirror again, there'll just be a little slice missing. Alrighty, this is by John. Oh, adding fog, very cool. John, I'm wondering if this whole thing is composited. If you added the lightning, I'm guessing you did. The lighting on this character really matches the lighting of the scene, so nice job. And I'm also wondering if this person was cut out, like composited, because this hair selection is so nice. I wonder if you use the Refine Edge tool. Let me know, John. All right, Osborne, what challenge was this? Maybe the playlist cover? Either way, I like how the text is behind the dog. I've seen the stock image before of this cute dog. Love it. But I like how there's a little bit of interaction, a little bit of depth. Super cool. Nice job. Let me know what that challenge was. I don't recognize it. Another one by CC, Winter Can Be Cool. I like that. Very clever. You have some light coming off of these trees. I think for the snow, it would be a lot more white. If there's light reflecting off of it, more like a neon blue, kind of like the actual neon. But that's my only feedback. Looks good. All right, Camille, adding some fog. Very nice. I wonder if you cut out this figure. The whole point of the fog challenge was to use masks and kind of put fog in front and behind. So I wonder if there's multiple layers of this fog here. Let me know. All right, we don't have much time left. I'm gonna look at, let's see, we'll pick one of these. Let's do this one. This is really nice. This is the symmetry tool. You're adding fireworks. One thing I saw a lot of people doing was kind of skewing and warping their fireworks so it looked like the sparkles were like falling down. This looks more snowflakey, but you did the workflow. It looks good. And thank you for posting your work. So I'm gonna hop off of here for now. Keep posting your work on Discord and you will keep getting feedback. Make sure you continue to upload your work so by the end of the weekend, hopefully you're done. Then we'll be back on Monday with another Daily Creative Challenge. But after me, we have more coming up. Actually, if you go to behance.net/live, you can check out the schedule for today. Oh, there's me, Inception. So we've got Paul's masterclass coming up in just 5 minutes, followed by Jason's masterclass, another Daily Creative Challenge, an XD masterclass, some really cool After Effects work, and then finishing the day with the Illustrator Daily Creative Challenge. So stick around all day. We've got more programming, and the Daily Creative Challenge, a new one, will be starting on Monday. Bye, everybody. I'll miss ya.